Hello, I'm Hal Ottaway with the Wichita Postcard Club, and it's time once again for another postcard of the week. This week, I'm thrilled to introduce you once again to Gregg Phillipson from Austin, Texas. Gregg gave us a wonderful program last year, and we invited him back this time well, I'll let him tell you about his program. But what this is going to be is our Wichita Postcard Club meeting this coming Saturday on March 2, the 2nd. And please be here around 1:45 Central Time. And then we'll say hello and glad to see you and all of that. And then at 2 o'clock, we'll start the meeting. And soon after, Gregg will give this presentation. And as a motel and roadside collector myself, what he's going to be talking about is especially interesting and historical and just the way things were and still are in some cases. So I'll cut out all the mystery and let Gregg take it from here. And thank you, Gregg, for coming.
Well, thank you, Hal, and it's always great to be back with this group. You guys are awesome, and it's a really great collector club, so I'm happy to be part of this. The presentation that I'll be giving is going to be called, or is called, Discrimination Never Takes a Vacation. And what I've done, along with our anti-Jewish collection, is actually cut out a section that involves anti-Jewish hotels, motels, dude ranches, beaches, trailer parks, and all sorts of organizations and facilities that were off limits to Jews from the early parts of the 19th century right up until probably the late in the 1970s. And it's a fascinating topic, especially in the light of all the anti-Jewish behavior going on in the world today. The rise of anti-Semitism is just horrific. And this is just a way to show historically that it's never really gone away. It's always been there, but of late, until very late, it's just been kind of under the rug, if you will. So the postcard that I'd like to talk about is one from Pompano Beach, Florida. And what you'll find in many of these postcards are kind of secret. Some were quite prolific, but others were more secret codes like restricted clientele, select or selected clientele, Gentile clientele, or Christian clientele only. Many, many different ways to do it. Some were outright positively no Jews and what have you. But this particular card I really like because it talks on several different venues, if you will. So if you look at the front of the card in Pompano Beach, Florida, it's a beautiful hotel, beachfront property, just absolutely gorgeous, the kind of place everybody would want to stay at. However, when you flip over the card, this is where the really chilling and telling part of the postcard comes into play. Normal message, the thing's just sent normal through the mail. But take a look first that in the text there, it says selected clientele. And much like the movie, The Gentleman's Agreement, this is what happened when Jewish people would go into hotels. If there was a way they could find out that they were Jewish, they were not allowed. And in these particular places, they advertised that right up front that you weren't allowed to go there. Look at several things here. Number one, at the top on the back of that card, you have AAA, Quality Inn, and the hotel and the Motel Association logos all above the name of the hotel. And it's really quite amazing. The Sun Castle Club and Motor Hotel, it was allowed by all three motel accrediting organizations that they could put on that card that there were no Jewish people allowed, selected clientele, one of the two primary messages that people would see. The other important thing is notice the date. This is 1964. This is right in the heat of the civil rights movement. Still, as we're trying to bring our laws and our lifestyle up to where it should have been for Black people in America, this is still going on for Jewish people in America. And the other thing, it's very important to note is look at the box cancel on there, the slogan cancel. It says pray for peace. So, you know, by this time, we're already involved in the Vietnam War and people want to pray for peace. Now, imagine being a Jewish soldier, you're fighting in Vietnam, and what's going on at home is that if you were here and wanted to go to the beach on leave, you wouldn't be able to stay at this hotel. So there is some really, really chilling facts that go along with the date and the pray for peace. So we'll pray for peace, but we'll pray for peace with no Jews at our hotel. So all in all, this is a really important card of the hundreds of these that we have in our collection because of so many different aspects. Again, just to review, 3 different accreditation organizations approve this card, approve this motel, pray for peace, slogan cancel, but certainly it's pray for peace, but not for the Jewish people. So with that in mind, I'm going to turn it back to Hal, and I'm really looking forward for everyone seeing some of the unbelievable philatelic and postcard material that'll be in the presentation coming up soon.
Thank you, Greg. It just leaves you breathless, doesn't it? It's amazing. He told me earlier that he has not only the postcards, but brochures and stationery from different places all over the country. So do join us this coming Saturday. It's on March 2nd, and come at 1:45 and we'll get the meeting started at 2, and we'll look forward to seeing you and Gregg Phillipson this Saturday. Thanks again for coming, and we'll see you very soon. Bye-bye.